Sunday School teacher, I'm glad that you've joined us for our last study. We finish up this series looking at some of the Psalms. We've been dealing with storm shelter, God's embrace, God's care for us in the times of difficulty. In this last study, we're going to be in Psalm 91, a wonderful psalm, and we're going to be looking at the shelter of God's protection. And the point is that God is my ultimate protection. Our society is, in my opinion, over-concerned with the attempt to provide protection. The insurance industry. I mean, there's insurance for everything. I can understand having insurance for health. I can understand having insurance for life, which is really death insurance, not life insurance. I can understand having insurance for your car. But I just don't understand why when I go to the checkout at the electronics store and I buy a $95 piece of equipment, they say, we'll be glad to sell you an insurance plan for another $60. And there's people who buy it. If there weren't people buying it, they wouldn't be offering it. They're making money. We are over concerned with protection, insurance. And what we need to understand is the only ultimate protection that we have is God. In these verses that we're going to look at today, we discover that God is our hero and that we can trust Him whenever we are fearful. Psalm 91, the first 4 verses. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge, and faithfulness will be your shield and your rampart. In these verses, we need to understand that everyone that commits themselves to God has His shadow of protection. The writer of this psalm uses that term, the shadow of protection, that you are in His shadow. We can trust God's protection because of how He makes Himself known. How is it that God makes Himself known in verse 91? Well, there's 3 things that are said there. Most High. God is the Most High. You and I need to be reminded that He is the Most High, that there is none more important than God. There is no ruler, there is no nation, there is no issue, there is no calamity that is greater than God. He is the Most High. And then He also says that He is the Almighty One. He is telling us that there is none more powerful than God. There is no weapon, there is no war, there is no sickness, there is no scheme of man more powerful than God. And then He also says, Lord. He describes Himself, He makes Himself known as Most High, Almighty, and Lord. The Lord is significant because it is reflective of never ending. Every government will cease to exist. Every ruler will die. Every plan of man will come to an end. But God is never ending. He will not cease. He has always been and He will always be.